And because I began in 1969, it traces the whole story of my children and when they were little and they were babies and growing up and all the different things that I've been through in my life. And also many of the paintings, the ideas for the paintings are in the backs of the books, and also many wild ideas. And then many very serious studies. So when it's time for these intense biblical murals, I use the back of the book. And in fact, my life is really not that incredibly interesting right now, so I don't really do that much in the front at this time in my life. But the backs are very filled. The backs are filled with the drawings for the biblical murals. So that works out because they go back to front, which is how Hebrew reads anyway. So even though I began that system in 1969, now it comes in real handy. And in fact, I think I may even have time to show one to you. I've also been decorating the very front page of each book with postage stamps. Since I began in 1969, the first book has 6-cent stamps for a first-class stamp. Now we're up to 39. Okay, so that's the outlining of the figures. Let's wash the brush and see about some color work. How many more minutes do we have now for Now We Paint? Super. This painting could possibly get done. Worried about these little deer, though. I think they're going to have to wait for another day. Although, you know, why not take a splash at them now? See, this is a family of deer in the corner of the painting, symbolizing nature. And a deer also symbolizes the Jewish people in many ways, because just like the country of Israel is a very tiny country, but doesn't matter, no matter how many Jewish people go there, it will expand. And ever since it started, the Israeli country began in 1948. It was the same year I was born. And at that time, all the Jewish people were kicked out of the Arab countries, but they have been absorbed into Israel. And of course, recently the Ethiopian people have come, and they have been absorbed. And all these people are speaking Hebrew, and they're absorbed, and they live in lovely homes, and there's a lot of trees and greenery. So like the skin of the deer that I'm drawing, Israel expands to take in its people. Okay, so we've got some bright, colorful brown deer. Okay, last show I also said I don't think I'll do this, and then I said, oh yeah, I think I'll do it. Now what I want to do is play with these, play with this background in these mountains, and let you see how against this wash, this rubbing of simple colors, you can add other colors and make it really sing. So I'm going to brighten up the mountains. And we'll go on a color, I always start with yellow because yellow is bright, and we're pretending that the light is hitting these mountain peaks with the yellow. And then we'll see what happens where the shade goes. Of course, I don't exactly have a light source in this picture, so we're just going to have to make it come from God, which is going to be behind the cloud. He'll make the light for us. This for sure, I want to emphasize the holiness of this cloud. This is where the whole story is really taking place, because it's interesting, you know, we're not allowed to paint God, and I never paint God, never show what God looks like or pretend that he looks like a, frankly, I don't think God is a man either, and God has no gender. But we're not allowed to show him and to show God, and we don't know what God looks like. In fact, it probably doesn't look like anything. So I symbolize God in my paintings by this cloud over the mountain. because we don't know where he is and what's going on, but it's probably beyond the cloud. There's a beautiful shining light, and if you look at my paintings, that's usually where I'm symbolizing God is coming from. So I want to bring out these mountains. And I'm even going to go so far as to use a red to just really make it bright and beautiful and show that there's a lot of power. There's a dark red here. There's a lot of power in these mountains now. I want a contrast behind them, so I may go with this dark blue right here. Okay, well obviously this picture isn't going to get finished on this Fine Art for All, so please tune in to next Fine Art for All. But I think you got, oh yeah, let's just watch some blue go onto the mountains and use my last minute for that, so that you can see how color can really get wild. Well, this painting is coming along. It's not finished yet, but I think I'll have fun continuing next time. And do I have another 30 seconds for my closing? I want to thank you so much for watching my show. And just as a taste of things in the future, because I did discuss the day books and the journals, and I talked about them quite a bit, I wanted to show you what the beginnings look like and how, as I said, there are postage stamps. And I plan to keep doing the TV show. So what I'll show you here is stuff that happens in the day. See? And then in the back, it's all the work for the murals. Come in close and you'll just see hundreds of pages from the Bible. So we'll focus more on this on a future show. That's it. I want to thank you so much for watching Fine Art for All.